Taylor Swift made this little girl cry. A mom took her daughter to Taylor Swift concert, and she got chosen to receive the 22 hat. The fan was so emotional, she even started crying a little. The girl gave Taylor a bracelet, and Taylor told her, "I love you," and thanked her for coming, and probably gave her the memory she'll never forget for the rest of her life.
Hey guys, welcome back to Sip More Tea. Topic of discussion at the moment is Taylor Swift, and judging by the previous video, it shows that Taylor Swift is really sweet to her fans, and that's one of the reasons why she's one of the biggest pop stars in the world. So let's get into it. Without any doubt, Taylor Swift appears on the surface to be very sweet in terms of being sweet to her fans, her stans, and so forth. But I must say, she is the leader of the cult of mediocre greatness. And you ever notice how Taylor Swift's career feels less like music and more like a sociology experiment? White privilege wrapped in sequence, mediocrity wrapped in marketing. Now, don't get it twisted. She's not bad. She's just, basic. With a $1 billion PR team, Taylor's great at selling us the idea of greatness, the illusion of authenticity. She's a myth of being deep, but she's not that deep. She's just not that deep. She's not selling music. She's selling nostalgia for a version of girlhood that never grew up. See, Taylor's career didn't start with luck. It started with logistics. Her parents moved her to Nashville. Daddy bought her a record deal. That wasn't a dream. That was strategy. I feel like country music was just her disguise. It let her be marketable without being sexualized. She was wholesome, blonde, harmless. And pop was just too crowded back then, but not in the way people think. Taylor just couldn't jump into the 2000s era style of pop. Taylor wasn't part of Britney's world or Christina's. By 2006, the whole teen pop machine had collapsed. The glitter was gone. Pop had gone darker. R&B, hip-hop, and alternative taken over. So Taylor played it smart. She stayed country, built her fan base, and waited until pop softened up, where she could become more relatable in order to replace the range she didn't possess. And by the time her Red album dropped, she flirted with pop. And by the time the 1989 album dropped, she owned pop music. She didn't crash the party. She waited for the party to move to her house. And we got to talk about the Kanye catalyst of her career. Kanye, in fact, gave her a crown she didn't earn. America saw a loud black man bullying a soft white girl, and Taylor played that sympathy card like a violin. Yeah. I know Kanye was wrong to interrupt her, but he was right about the system, because that moment made her unstoppable. And I blame Kanye for Candace Owens the same way I blame him for Taylor Swift's mediocre rise. So basically, Taylor built an empire off innocence. She performs vulnerability like it's her birthright. The bashful smile, the shaky voice, the who me in interviews. Come on now. It's not feminism, it's performance. And it works because whiteness gets believed before it gets questioned. Shit. Adele is only 1 year older than Taylor Swift, but sings like she's lived 3 lifetimes. Taylor still writes like she just got dumped before gym class. Now we're in this damn trad wife era. And she's now the Kansas City girlfriend, the flag rap feminine fantasy. Soft power, blonde nationalism, patriotic silence. And she's certainly not rebellious. She's rebranded herself. And it's actually a genius move because it sells to both feminists and Fox News watchers, most of which will not know that she's playing in their faces. Now let's talk about her boo, Travis Kelce, who graduated from the whitening of cool, also known as him being in his cookout effect era. or being invited to the cookout, as we would say in the black community. Okay, I'm not trying to be no comedian or anything, but you ever notice what happens when white people get invited to the cookout? They don't just come for the ribs, they come for the rhythm, they come for the style, the energy, and then somehow the whole thing starts to look a little bit paler. That's what happened with Travis Kelce. He's the whitening effect in real time. He used to be cookout cool, but then the white boy with the fade is no more. The one who moved in rhythm with the culture, who black women co-signed, he was down but not doing too much. That Travis Kelce seemed to have vanished because Taylor came along and suddenly, like I said, his fade disappeared. The slang faded out. The swag got suburban. You invite white people to the cookout, and the next thing you know, they're the ones holding the tongs, playing country remixes on your Bluetooth, telling you the potato salad's a little bit spicy, or asking you to add raisins to it or some shit. But Taylor just didn't date Travis. She brought him back into whiteness, turned his cultural cachet into crossover currency. He gave her cool, she gave him corporate sponsorships. And now both of them are benefiting from each other's market reach. It's not romance, it's rebranding. It's a case study in how proximity to blackness is a marketing tool until it's time to wash it off. Once again, Travis Kelce is the whitening effect of what happens when you invite white people to the cookout. They just don't take a plate. They take the whole playlist and add a touch of mayo and raisins. Now, Taylor Swift is definitely in the era that I call the decline of the mediocre muse. Her new album is flat, predictable. It's what happens when life gets too easy. She's not hungry. She's not heartbroken. She's comfortable. And comfort sometimes kills creativity. Sorry to say, but sometimes art is better when it bleeds a little. And right now, Taylor's music sounds like it's sipping chamomile tea and clipping coupons. Her songwriting used to be her diary. Now it's her diary's Pinterest board. The relatable heartbreak era is over, and she hasn't found her next story yet because there's no tragedy left to mine, just brand management. Taylor's not untalented per se. She's just average with a budget. She doesn't outsing Beyonce. She doesn't outdance Gaga. She doesn't outright Lana. She outmarkets them. She mastered the art of relatable luxury. But authenticity isn't artistry. The bar's so low, she tripped over it. And they gave her a Grammy for the stumble. Taylor Swift is proof that America doesn't love talent. It loves the illusion of it. She's a pop princess playing dress up. A billionaire selling relatability, and a saint of performative vulnerability. She didn't break the mold. She just repainted it beige and called it empowerment. And Taylor Swift isn't the villain or the victim. She's the vessel. The system runs through her. And the system rewards mediocrity as long as it's blonde, blue-eyed, and sings in key somewhat. But mark my words, she'll eventually pivot back to country music. The all-American sweetheart returns home narrative is already loading. A little patriotism, a little nostalgia, a little Bible Belt glow up to keep the base fed. And when she does, the same media machine that made her will crown her authentic again. Because whiteness always gets a rebrand. Well, that's my little rant analysis.
She wrote a whole song about Travis Kelce fucking her brains out, and I guess he actually did, because that was the stupidest shit I've ever heard in my life. I'm not a Swiftie. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. Don't shoot. But, I liked, those first couple albums, the first 2 or 3 albums when she was faking a country accent. Those ones were good when I was 10. They were wonderful, amazing, beautiful. I still listen to them. I thought people were joking about how bad the album was. I thought that these were AI songs. All the little clips I was seeing, I was like, oh, this has to be AI. This can't be real. She didn't sing that. Did I girl boss too close to the sun? Ew. If you told me Gabby Hanna wrote this entire album, I would believe you. Because that's the vibe it's giving off. I don't know. Maybe she saw how great Sabrina Carpenter is doing with all the dick jokes and slang and whatever, and she was like, oh, I can do that too. Clearly you can't. Please don't try again.
So if you made it this far, you're family now. So go on and hit that like button, drop a comment, and subscribe. We're sitting just shy of 200 subscribers right now. And I'm trying to push this community up to 500 strong before the month's out. Every click, every comment, every share, it feeds the algorithm gods. But more than that, it tells me y'all are vibing with the vision. So stick around, we're just getting started. This channel is not just commentary, it's conversation, it's culture, it's calling things what they really are. See you next time. Bye.